Good morning to the BunkaBros. My name is Bunkatron. I am back with a non-gaming video. And what am I going to be doing in this little tinier-ish kind of video? Well, I am here to present to you a few Fnaf Mega Construx customs that I have worked on. Obviously, there was a whole live stream on that, but now everything is complete. And I want to give you guys a bit of a closer look how I made them and how you guys can make them if you guys really wanted to. So let us get right into that. So first off, let's start with the main stage right here of the main 3 characters. So first of all, let's just start with the stage, So the stage right here, the bottom part without the brown, is the set from Mega Construx's, what was it called again? It was Game of Thrones, The Wall, I guess. The one that's like on fire and had the skeleton figure. And Jon Snow. I don't really know much about Game of Thrones. But I got that. And then I took off the wall and also all the whatever kind of like stuff on top until it's flat. I then put these things, the brown pieces, in arranged order and put these little, here, let's get a little bit of a closer look at their bottom of the feet. How they have the 2x2 but with 1 stud on them. And then Chica and Bonnie in the background actually have 1x2s with 1 stud on them in order to make them more centerized. So that's what I did for that. And then I got this just like long black piece, or like 2 of them, and then I just put like sloped like panels just all along back here. Just typical normal kind of things. And then on the back, then I also connected it with a longer, taller bit. This one's a 1x4 by, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 4x16 on the bottom, and then this one is 4x16. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6x16. And then I put like little design backgrounds like the sun and the clouds and all the rest of that stuff. So then looking at the figures, let's start with Freddy. He's our main guy. So here we have ourselves Freddy Fazbear, obviously. To start off, let's just start with the figure. The figure was actually a Halo figure. It doesn't have to be Halo. You don't need to use that. But I just basically took off all these arm pieces. All of them were the exact same. They were all like the yellow Spartan kind of character. I don't know if that's the exact terminology for it, but I don't really know Halo either. So then we have Freddy Fazbear, and then I put this stuff called green stuff here. I have a container that is unopened right here. So I have this whole kind of thing, a 36-inch tape of green stuff. You basically put the 2 together, and then they harden into somewhat of a plastic-like thing, which is what I used to make them look a little bit more bulkier. Then added like little toes, and then did all these other things. But what wasn't included was this head. This head, Chica's head, Bonnie's head, and Foxy's head are all from Funko's keychains. And they have like little screw kind of things on the top where the keychain used to be. You can unscrew them, and then you could just have like this. So for the heads, I just literally drilled a hole in the bottom and then took the head that I had for like the Halo figures. I literally cut around them and trimmed them until they were super small enough to literally where I could just stick them in there, and then you could have this head. So the head is completely movable. I mean, obviously there's some kind of directions where it's kind of like a little bit straining and then go pop right off. And then you can move the arms and do whatever. The microphone that he holds, it is one of the, I guess, like torch holder kind of whatever things, and also used with green stuff and painted on it. The stuff I use for the paint is, I don't know exactly what it was called. Do I still have the box name? I don't think I do. Oh, no, I do. It's actually came in this thing, which is, as it quotes, colors for models and miniatures. Colors, and then that also in the, whatever, different acrylic colors for models and miniatures. And it comes in a little container looking somewhat like this. And it comes with 16 different colors, like 2 different types of greens, like a red and orange, 2 different oranges, all these other kind of things. And I mixed them together, obviously, like with normal paint brushes. Nothing really super special about the brushes or anything like that, but that's what I just kind of used. and I base the colors off of what the figure's head looked like, and then if I can't get it close enough, I'll also paint the figure's head to match with it. So that's the very first one I did. And then I got Chica. Obviously the same thing happened with this, also with the head. Do the same thing with all the heads. Got a little bit of white on the bib right here, but obviously I'll want to fix that. Head's completely movable, and then all the same thing. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention the torso is also movable as well on all of them. Same thing with the green stuff going around, just like this part. The back obviously doesn't look as great, which might just need another coat of the color. Obviously paint this thing. I also drilled too much out of this, and using the green stuff is good for preparing that because this thing was loose, but now it's fixed. The cupcake plate, whatever thing, is I used a not off-brand. It was also made by Mega Construx. Mega Construx also made Minions, like whatever kind of thing, and there was like this jelly weird kind of stuff. So that's what I used for the plate. The plate thing right here is just that. It was red, like a reddish kind of see-through thing. Painted that gray. And then I just found just like whatever kind of stick thing, whatever is holdable. I just cut it, so basically where they can hold it. The cupcake is removable as well. It was just off of just a singular stud, and then wrapped around with more green stuff, and then put more green stuff on top. And then a little candle and other designs like that on top. So then you have Chica. The next one I worked on was Foxy, but we'll just stick with the stage. This is the newest one I literally just did. So what I did for this one is I actually obviously took the head. I also took the guitar from the actual figure itself, and then just made sure it fit. It doesn't fit perfectly on there. There's like a little bit of space you can see right there. But obviously it did the same exact thing. Cut off the head, put it inside of there. It's completely movable as well. Arms are movable, torso and everything, all movable and work well. And now, let us go on to Foxy, and then we'll save the last guy for the very end. We're gonna turn this over to the other side. You're gonna probably see the figures a little bit off the side. We'll move that. So here we have the Pirate's Cove thing worked on. So first we'll talk about the Pirate's Cove thing, and then we'll talk about Foxy. So obviously what I used was a somewhat of like a cave-ish kind of like curved in thing. Looks kind of like this, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain. I got it from, I think, a Lego Star Wars like Hoth thing, which was just like as background kind of pieces. So what I did is I used that. I used a normal kind of like base plate. You can see it kind of like sticking out right there, and then put it on top. And then I built a little bit more outward on the top to make it still also look a little bit more cavey. It could be a little bit better on the top. And then I might want to fix this color, but I used just a 1x6 kind of thing, stuck it out. And then I had one of these and stuck it out. And then on the sign, obviously, it says, sorry, out of order. With a 1x2, and the normal piece looks like that. But the curtain, actually, was just these random tickets. You can use almost any kind of tickets. I just painted them, and then they overlapped them. I taped them on the back, and then kind of crinkled them up in a zigzag-like pattern. And then I just stuck them with a little bit of tape on the back. Hang on. Just taped it on the back. Looks a little bit obviously bad on the back, but you won't be able to see that because you don't really see the back of the Pirate's Cove. And then when you open it up, then you have yourselves the Foxy figure. And what I use is like those normal 2x3s, but only with 3 studs on the top, like in the middle. And then we have ourselves Foxy. So what I did with this one is I used green stuff and did all the other things. Same thing with the head. But with this one, then when I was done using the green stuff, I kind of like just used the end of the paintbrush and just pushed a little bit more in order to make like these indent kind of like things that Foxy obviously has. And then this hand is normal. I broke off a hand earlier at one point that was just broken. So then I just broke off one side and then just used more green stuff in order to make a hook, which worked really well. The legs are actually from the same set that came with the stage, came from the skeleton guy. So they're a lot more thin since Foxy's legs are a little bit more thin-like and just more robotic and exposed. So add more green stuff right here, green stuff there, painted that the respective color, and then made these a little bit more robotic with the silver like color. And then this hand's a little bit more different than the other thing, but yeah. Then Foxy is A-okay as well. We'll throw him in there. Bye-bye, Foxy. Have fun. Your little little Pirates Cove. And then we'll go back to the normal stage, and we're going to take off these guys in order to present ourselves with our final figure that I worked on. Now this, of course, as you know, is Golden Freddy. So for this one, the head, Funko did not make a Golden Freddy head. All of these four, and there's also Springtrap, they all are the keychain things, and those exist. Golden Freddy does not. I used more green stuff. This one I actually didn't cut. I can't really show you. Can't take it off. But as of right there, we'll see if we can focus that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So you can't really see it, but that is actually a full figurehead of a Halo, readjust, there we go. Of a Halo, same guy. All of them were the exact same one. They were all the yellow Spartan Halo thing. And then, obviously, you can still see a little bit of, like, orange here and there. I did the same thing. I coated them all. I didn't put green stuff right here because the legs are going to be bent like this. So, obviously, it looks like he is, like, sitting down like this. His arms are just adjusted in a point where they're normal like this, just turned and then laid down. Microphone is the exact same. I just made it gray since it looked a little more creepy-like. I completely made this head out of green stuff. It'll take you probably maybe a little bit of while in order to try and make it look really good. Obviously, mine isn't the best, but I still kind of like it. Adding teeth and other features, such as his eyebrows, the cheek things, the more detail you add, the better it will look. Obviously, at first, this thing did not look that great, but the final result looks a lot better. And then I added, like, the white little spots in his eyes, the inside his angry eyebrows, the hat, the bow tie, and everything else. The bow ties are just painted on as well. So looking, let's just put everybody on the stage. Let's let everyone have a bit of fun, you know. So looking at this, I don't think we're gonna have a lot of room for everybody. So Foxy's just gonna be in front of everyone. There we go. You know what? Let's put Freddy in front. Gotta keep it up with the consistency, you know. He's the leader of the gang. He should have everybody. So this is basically all it is. So if you guys are interested in making these kinds of figures, then I provide you with all the stuff I could and information I can. The heads for the Funko figures, I would say, normally range for almost about like $8 each. And then also if you want to make Springtrap, then obviously you'll need to get him as well. And then each of the normal figures, they came in the mystery packs or whatever for just Halo, whatever things, which are about like $3, $3 or $4. So that's a little bit nicer on that part. Green stuff, I think was maybe like $15, but $15 for a whole entire roll, which is pretty nice. I haven't even finished the other one. I still have it hanging from like my light. Which helps it warm up in order to be a little bit more movable and all that stuff. Paints, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I think those ones are a little bit more expensive. There's not a lot of them. The tubes look like this. They are kind of small, like these. But you do get a lot of colors, and as long as you use like tiny little bits of paint and not just waste them, then you basically should be fine. And out of this, I think this is about the end for it now. So I hope you guys did enjoy and are inspired to maybe make these figures or something else. If you did, make sure you hit the like button down below and also subscribe, ring the bell, and comment down below if you like these kind of videos. If you do, then I could show you guys how to make other kinds of figures, if you guys are interested in other games or other stuff like that. But, wait, hang on. I, over around this camera, will see all of you in the next episode. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.